Now, we're going to continue on our adventure. Kabloomy. I was going to say she stopped tweeting at us, but she has not stopped tweeting, but now she's demanding something of us.
She will never stop tweeting.
She has demanded that we move the crate. Oh my god. I keep pushing the wrong buttons because I'm trying to use the Switch button configuration because I'm using a Switch Pro controller and it's just not the same.
Okay, I assume this is something you can change.
This is something I can change. We can come in here and, oh, I meant to do that. Oh, that was something. That's fine. That's fine. It's not a big deal. Oh, we got
It's a pretty big deal.
Steve, you got an achievement.
You got a coin.
We can come into the options. There's display. The display I'm very happy with. Don't want to mess with that.
1440p.
Yeah, that's my monitor, baby. We have the text scroll. We want that SFX on.
Yeah.
So it goes well, when you like move the SFX, the text scroll, the classic dialogue. That's so they go for the entire thing. If you turn that off, they'll only go when they first start talking, and we don't want that. Who would want that? I did mess with the SFX, like the balance, like when I played this first time. But that's not a big deal. Who cares? Controls. This is. I don't think it's changeable. I'm just gonna have to get used to just holding my fingers in a different place than I normally do. It's definitely not a big deal. It's just I keep trying to play it like it's a Switch game.
I mean, like, one, you could configure it and whatever is getting the Switch controller to your computer.
Steve, it's impossible to configure Steam. We all know this. So there's a cool skip that you can do here. If you can make this cool jump, you can do a cool skip where you skip some stuff. And it's really cool and good. And Steve, have you ever seen a speedrun of this video game?
No, I haven't.
So the speedruns of this video game, there's two, here it is. If you can make this jump, you can do some cool skips where you get a couple collectibles early. Hey. So like we can come up here and we get some collectibles early. But who cares? I just wanted to show off that I'm a cool gamer and I can do it, but I'm not going to do it. Because did you know? These plankers, they got some tips for us, but they might charge some quills.
These guys are an alarming addition in this game. I assumed that the sign man in Yooka-Laylee 1 was a singular being.
Now they're different beings.
Now they're different guys.
There's a lot of men.
A lot of these sign men.
Also, Steve, did you see that? You see that guy up there? It's our friend.
Oh, yeah.
It's our favorite, the Pagey, from the one book. You remember the one book?
The one book?
The one book. You remember the one book, Steve? You remember this guy?
Oh, boy.
You know who this guy is, Steve?
Tyler?
Steve, it was on screen. Steve, are you looking at the stream?
Oh, no. Is there a stream?
Hold on, everyone. We gotta restart. It's Trouser, everybody's favorite.
The dick joke.
The dick joke, yeah. Well, Steve, I wouldn't... A trouser snake? I wouldn't really say that's a dick if you ask me.
That's true.
Have you ever put your dick through two different pant legs of shorts?
I guess I haven't.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, so those Twit coins, they're a collectible that you pick up just for fun. You know, you pick them up because they're a collectible and you love collectibles. But Trouser loves currency.
What's his game here?
I don't know. It's easier than his evening job, though. No clingy suit or troublemakers.
But he made these coins, right?
I assume so.
He made these coins and then scattered them in the world, and you're giving them back to him.
See, this is why cryptocurrency doesn't work, Steve. Because, like, it is explicit, like, Trouser made these coins. When you pick up a Twit coin, you hear a nyam, and it's very clearly Trouser. He clearly put little voice box in every single coin that is just him going nyam.
Doesn't the other side, are they both numbered, or does one of the sides have a little thing of him on it?
One of them has a little thing of him on it.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I've edited a picture of a Twit coin Like in like 2 different things I've tweeted at Playtonic before because I just want them to like pay attention to me. Lovely jubbly. So like they're just a collectible you pick up to be like, yes, I've gotten all the collectibles in the video game. But also there are explicit bottlenecks in this game, the paywalls, where you have to pay Trouser using the Twit coins you picked up to unlock new areas. And I know I skipped a level. I did it on purpose because I wanted to talk to our friend Trouser, because I wanted to talk to Steve about dick jokes and stuff, but also...
Ooh la la.
Who's this hot little Fujiko over here?
This fine piece of vending.
I know we cut that part out of the audio, but I'm still going to reference it. I don't care. We're going to talk about Lupin the Third.
We are going to talk about Lupin the Third.
Oh, and I'm just
Part 5 isn't very good.
Part 5 isn't very good. Part 4 is very good, though.
Part 4, incredible. Part 5, it's trash.
Trash. You heard Steve, and Steve's always right.
I make a point of it.
I keep like just hitting A because I've read these so many times, but I keep meaning to leave them on screen like for people to read and stuff. But Vendi's here, and she's unlocking tonics for us. Like, she doesn't do much in this video game other than unlock tonics, but I'm glad she's here.
It does luckily scroll on screen pretty slow, so it should give you some time.
Well, I can just mash A. And also, if you're trying to, like, speedrun the shit, you can hit L and R, at least on my controller. Like, who knows how you have it mapped out on yours. But there are things you can do just to skip text, like, immediately.
Sure.
Yeah, so this, she gave us a play tonic. And maybe you can see another play tonic on screen. Don't call her a big chunk of cheese. That's my fucking wife, Laylee. We went over this. But yeah, the Playtonics are ways to modify the video game just like they were before. But now there are 66 of them in this video game.
That's a lot more than 12 or whatever.
Yeah, 12 or whatever. Who could really say how many there were?
I don't know.
I think 12 or whatever is a pretty good guess.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, so they introduced like new ways to play the games, and you'll notice this quill modifier. So
the menu's so much better in this game.
Oh, I love the menu in this game. It's great because you can come in here, you can see all the bees you got, so you can come and look at Buzzerland, who voiced Banjo-Kazooie, and all they ever did.
And nothing else.
You can look at the map, so you can see like, oh, yeah, there are the levels we've went to. You can warp to them immediately. You can, like, anytime you're like, I'm feeling a little brave, you can go to the Impossible Lair. There's more to talk about there, but we're not going to because we have an entire video game to play. Look at all these levels. Steve, there's so many levels.
There's a lot of these guys.
But the tonics introduce a lot of new ways to play the video games. This first one we got, just as you saw when we get hurt, Laylee like comes unattached from us and tries to fly away because she gets too scared. And this just gives you longer to retrieve Laylee before she leaves, because that's just your health for the video game. If you get hit as Yooka, you're dead. If you get hit with Laylee, she flies away, and that's your hit. You know, it's kind of like them Donkey Kongs when you got another Kong with you, you know? What? I don't know. But we're not going to be using stuff like that, because that makes the video game easier, and we're here to get good. And we'll never get good if we can catchy better, you know?
It's
but
true.
also, Steve, there's paid DLC for this game.
What?
If you pre-purchase this game, there are 4 tonics that you would receive for free. But if you didn't pre-purchase this game, they're available for DLC as part of Trousers Top Tonics pack.
Trousers Top Tonics pack, yeah.
Available for $3.99 American. You can receive these 4 beautiful tonics. And what more could you want?
Nothing.
Including the Yooka-64. Hey. Also, we've received some things. Did they pop up in the corner? I wasn't paying attention. I turned off the Steam things.
I didn't see it, no.
Aw, damn. This game has its own, like, hey, you made an achievement thing. So I turned off the Steam things, so I assumed they would pop up. But that's fine, whatever. So it's time to go into Factory Fright. The second level of the video game. So tonics, they don't affect the overworld. They only affect the main levels. So like once you start a level, you can come in here and you can pick which tonics you want, which are the tonics you've unlocked. We didn't really see it because Catchy was free, but you pay for the tonics with the quills that you've unlocked. But we're just going to go in with this one so we can see the 64 model Yooka-Laylee.
Looks pretty good.
Keep trying to hit the wrong buttons. Like, I'm sure like a lot of this is like pretty like self-obvious because like, you know, it's a platforming game that like builds off of platforming ideas that have existed since like basically since I
2001.
was 2001 when Donkey Kong Country came to the Game Boy Advance. Yeah.
When
I don't think
when
that was-
9/11 happened.
When 9/11 happened, 9/11 happened, and Chris Sutherland, who voiced Banjo-Kazooie and nothing else, cried a tiny tear and said, "Oh, mate, I have a great idea for this fucking video game with this lizard and bat. I'll tell you what."
It's quite
Is
a
that-
legacy.
Is that racist? Is that racist to say?
You can't be racist to British people.
That's right. It's just like what people say about the Italians. It's never racist to do an Italian accent, but Italians have found ways to be racist against Italians. It's impressive. Yeah, so we lost Laylee. So losing Laylee is kind of a death sentence in this video game.
Yeah, it does kind of mess you up.
Because, like, she's not only your health, but, like, now when you have Laylee, you can do this little twirl in the air, which I can no longer do. You can't do the buddy slam, which is what this game calls a ground pound.
Good
No
name.
longer do it. Also, because I think because I killed that flying Minion, I don't think we can get to that angry anymore. Unless we're supposed to come at that from a different angle. But who cares? We just hit a checkmate. So a checkmate, it's a checkpoint, obviously. But also, like, you can hit them as many times as you want. So, like, you can just keep hitting that guy. Oh, and I didn't do it good again. Maybe we're supposed to come at this a different angle, but who cares? Sometimes you just kill yourself against a buzzer because you don't know what you're supposed to do in this video game.
You got no clue.
Oh, and also I'm not tapping A. So like when you hit an enemy, you should tap A to get like more height off of them. This is a spring minion. They jump when you jump, and they also roll when you roll. See, we could have come at that from a different angle, but I'm too gamer, and I came at it from a different angle to show you.
That's what the gamers do.
Oh, actually, I'm not gamer enough. I was supposed to jump off that last one and go
And get up
over
to the shelf, yeah.
I promise I'm not going to do this for this entire Let's Play, but I am going to...
Sure you are.
I'm going to... Steve? Oh, it's gone because I hit the checkmate. Oh, no, we can't go up there anymore. See, when you hit a checkmate, like, things save. So, like, since we got that Ghost Rider, it's just gone now. We can't do that anymore. But there was, like, 30 quills or whatever we could have gotten up there. Whoops. Steve, can I shit talk you?
Of course.
Is it okay?
Yeah,
I'm going to
yeah.
do it regardless.
Yeah.
So this is a Let's
go.
Play that I've practiced and wrote a lot of notes for, and I was like, I want this to be the best I could possibly do. And I was like, this is a game that I'm not sure that like doing in like one recording would be like super beneficial. And I was like, maybe I should pre-record it because I'm just not confident in my skills. And I was like, Steve, I'm gonna pre-record this, and then we'll play through it together and just record through like, you know, me, you know, I'll have already pre-recorded it. We'll just do that. And Steve's like, no. Let's do it live. He had good reasons why we should do it live.
I stand by all of them.
And he stands by it. So like I can't say anything. Steve, what do you think these guys are called? If you had to name Steve, like I know that I sent the thing with all the enemy names in it to you.
Yeah, I printed it out. I kept it under my bed.
Yeah,
and
but
over
Steve,
my bed.
I can't read. What would you call these guys if you had to name them something?
If I had to, I would name
Yeah,
them
if you could
Spitfires.
remember, excuse me, if you could remember what the page that you printed out, that I also printed out, but then I ate because I'm a billy goat.
Yeah, they're called Spitfires.
Spitfires, thank you. That's what it says on the page. Thank you. I forgot. So the enemies in this name, the enemies in this game were named because, or not because, but a lot of the names are only like from like one person's like DMs with Daily, who used to be the like PR. There's like a fancy like naming system they use, like
Community manager.
Community manager, yeah. Thank you. Damn, Steve. This is why you're here, because you're so goddamn smart.
I'm an expert.
You're smart and you're cute, and that's the only reason I have you here. That's why I put our webcams in the corner. That's why I got our VTubers here. But yeah, the community manager, like Daily, like a lot of these names weren't like explicit, like, you know, you can't like read the manual and go, yeah, that was a spring minion. Like, Minion. It's like minion, but it's mean, and it has a Y, so you gotta like Minion, you know? Bailey, come back, please. A lot of these just came, like, someone was like, hey Daily, what are these guys' names? So like Minion, like, as far as I'm aware, isn't any like supplemental like information. It's just like, if you look it up and like, well, what's the source for this? There's a guy on Reddit who's like, well, here's my DMs with Daily.
You know, That is supplemental.
Yeah, I mean, like, there's worse things you could do. There are explicitly worse things you could do for information on this video.
Especially in DMs.
Especially, yeah, oh my god. Holy lord. Oh yeah, did you see it? There was it's like a $, but it's got trouser and he's like wrapped around.
Yeah.
Also, when you're crouched like this, you can immediately roll out of it and it's really good. Also, I didn't explicitly mention it because I was just like, yeah, it's like Donkey Kong in the thing. But when you roll, you get a bit of coyote time and it's so good. It's one of my favorite things about Donkey Kong Country that, like, anytime you can roll off a thing and you just keep on rolling, it's so good.
It is very
and
good.
It's a thing I mess up a whole lot because, like, I just get really nervous and I'm like, oh no, I'm in the air, I gotta jump now. Because also, when you roll, like, if you roll, like, and you're rolling, you'll get, like, some momentum off of it. So I'm always like, I need to get the momentum and jump too early. But, like, you can wait. You can always wait. This is a game where, like, I get nervous a lot because you see a thing that you think is like, oh, this is a hidden thing. Like, right there, you think, oh, I should go back behind there because there's, like, quills and stuff. But you just have to trust the developers of this video game. They're very smart, and they know what's good for you, and they designed this game in a way that's good for you. I promise.
It's true. They did a pretty good job. There is something that does sometimes make it confusing about where you can and can't go.
I was going to talk about this too, Steve, so you take it away.
Okay. Were you going to talk about it right now, or are you going to wait until it comes up?
Steve, I don't care. Go for it.
Okay.
Steve, I didn't have plans for this.
All right. Every level's got variants, and sometimes it's unclear what is a nice little secret passage and what is something that will only become relevant when you're playing the altered version of the stage.
Oh my god, Steve, I wasn't going to talk about this. You've ruined the Let's Play.
I gave you ample warning.
That's fine. If I didn't want you to run the Let's Play, I wouldn't have asked you to be here. That's not true. I'm joking. Everybody, you know I love Steve. You've been here.
I don't know. That's not what it sounds like.
Oh, that's not. Yeah, I take it back. I hate you. I'm here to air my personal grievances.
Cancel culture strikes again.
It's finally here for you, Steve. One thing that I wish that this game did is sometimes you can't tell, like, with doors, like, if they're going to be one way or not. Like, you'll, like, approach a door, and, like, sometimes you won't be able to go through them. Like, obviously this has a gate on it, but that other one, we weren't able to go through it. And, like, bars immediately appeared, which was nice. But sometimes doors are one way, and it doesn't immediately, like, you'll go through it, you're like, oh, no, I fucked up. So, like,
it does happen.
What I thought you were going to talk about, Steve, like, what you just said is also very important. Like, sometimes it's just like you can't tell where you're going to be able to go because of the alternate versions of levels. Like, you'll be like, well, why can't I get there? But, like, what I was going to say is also related to this topic is this game is decorated very, very nice. So sometimes you'll see a thing where you're like, well, that's too decorated to be nothing. And it turns out just like, oh no, it's just a good looking game and it looks that way. And it's kind of beckoning you towards it as if it were some kind of secret. And then you just end up wasting a lot of time on a secret that isn't a secret. It's alluring. Just like Lupin the Third, which everybody should be watching.
Oh, man. He's always on your mind, you know.
Steve, I brought up Lupin the Third in my, like, last 4 Let's Plays. Did you think that, like, you were going to be able to mention Lupin the Third before we started recording, and for me to not have him always on my mind, like the song says?
No, I knew what I was doing.
You knew what you were doing. You little vixen. God, I love the checkmates. Checkmates are so good. I cannot believe that more games don't have checkmate as a joke. It's so good.
It's really solid.
So many games have checkpoints. I have a D&D campaign where the players, like, ended up on, like, their, like, group name as checkmate. Like, almost completely unrelated. I gave them a single old man in the first town who liked chess, and they're like, this is our entire theme now. But chess is always a good idea. Also, it's always a good idea to go past the battalion, because sometimes they hide that last in the past them.
They got a little sneaky snake.
You always want to get that sneaky secret snack. You always want it.
I love a secret snack.
So this
Look
is
at it. Now you
Zingery.
get to see them all up close, the N64 models.
And you can see it without the effects that the Yooka-64 like model applies, and like in Yooka-Laylee 1. It's a great model, and like this model originated from this game. They made it for this game. They're like backported it to the other one.
Yeah, let's put it in the other one.
which I'm glad they did because it really improves the other one.
It does.
So this is Zingery, named after Gary Richards, who's a designer at Playtonic, who was the former handheld lead design at Rare.
Wow.
Also, like every time you collect a bee, you have to see it like go back to the impossible layer to add up, and then it kind of like, hey, here are places you can go, which like I don't like hate, but I wish there was a way you could skip that because the playthrough does take up like a lot of time where you like get a bee and you're like, okay, I get it.
I get it.